You will need 2 corn husks, a bowl full of water, a jar of rubber band, and some markers. I'm Guinea Pig. I'm going to show you how to do the corn husk craft. So, a little history about why corn husks and why they were used to make crafts. So, when people would grow corn way back in the day, they would have all the extra corn husks and they wouldn't know what to do with them. So, they would use them to decorate their homes and their houses and to use to make dolls and toys. Okay, so to make the jar, you're going to need to soak your corn husks in water for 10 minutes to make them pliable. This is pretty much the only way to get the corn husks pliable, so that way you can wrap them around the jar. Now, what you might want to do is you might want to color on your corn husks before you soak them. Do not do that, because then all your color is going to come off and all your hard work is going to be gone and you're just going to be really sad, and honestly, we don't like that. So, just soak them for 10 minutes. Leave them. So, our corn husks are done soaking for 10 minutes. You see how pliable it is now that it's been in the water. For those of you who don't know what pliable means, it means bendable and flexible. You can kind of, bend it. It still tears, but it's still pretty, bendable. So, the next part we're going to do, the next few steps, are a little bit complicated, so you might need help. So what you're going to do is you're going to rip your corn husks into strips. I suggest doing them long ways like this. So what you're going to do, you're going to take your corn husk strips and you're going to make them into a star. This may be a little hard, but it's kind of easy. So you kind of just go over and in between all the stuff you're doing, you kind of just make a ton of X's. So, what you're going to do next is you're going to take your jar with your rubber band. You're going to put it in the center. And I'm going to actually rearrange mine a little bit, so that way more of the corn husk thickness is kind of spread out, and so that way corn husk will cover the entire jar. Put it in the center. I'm going to take our corn husks. You're going to flip them up. See this? It can be a little hard sometimes to get all the corn husks on. You're going to take your rubber band, going to try to keep the corn husks kind of tight. You're going to rubber band them onto the jar. See this? This is super nice. Alan, you might want help from your parents if you do this. What you're going to do, if you choose to, is cut the excess corn husk that goes above the jar. You see how some of the corn husk goes over that lip? Well, we're just going to cut that off. See that? See how nice that is? Now, you're going to start coloring your jar. You can do whatever you want. Now, sometimes it can be a little frustrating coloring on your jar because the colors won't fully get on there because of the little bumps in the corn husk. So, when you draw, I suggest that you take your color, and for at least some of the fainter colors, you draw kind of, not with the tip, but with the side. Do you see how I'm kind of going on the side? It's possible that the marker might smudge, but that's fine. That's just because the corn husk is still wet from the bath in water that we gave it, so don't worry about that. my finished product. You can pretty much do whatever you want with it. I kind of did a small design. Now what you might want to do if you like really want to go kind of elaborate or, you know, a little, you know, nicer, is you might want to wait until the corn husk dries just a little bit more so that way the marker doesn't bleed, but I think I'm perfectly fine with my finished product. And if you don't like what you drew, you can always just take off the corn husk. You can use the other corn husk that we have over here that I did not use. You may also need the corn husk in case you accidentally mess up your little star or anything when coloring or drawing on your corn husks. But see how nice and neat that looks? You can put pretty much whatever you want in this little jar now. There you go. So that was how you make a little corn husk jar.